Hey, coming to you again with another topic about relationships. And today's topic will be discussing self-sabotage in a relationship. And it's one of those things that a lot of people don't realize transpires in relationships. And before I get into it, I'd like for you to like, subscribe, ring my bell. There'll be more content. Always online being brought up, more things to talk about. And if you like my content, let me know. And we'll just get to it. Like, with self-sabotage, it's like really a crazy situation. And people don't realize that it happens. And with that being said, I'll explain self-sabotage to you. It's a situation when things like really start to go good, really start to go fine. You possibly might have met somebody that you like, or you're in a situation to where you're in a committed situation or even a marriage, and you just get into this place to where things are going so well, and because of past issues, past trauma, and past unresolved things with yourself, you find yourself in a position questioning the main thing that you're searching for, which is happiness. You get into a situation, and I give an example, to where you're having a good time somewhere with your mate, and it just so happens that somebody walked by, for instance, say you with your girl and a dude walked by. Because of your hurt situations and because of your past trauma, she might just look away and glance at the fella, and then now you are so upset. Oh, what you looking at? And what's going on with you? And it's not her, it's you, because of what you've been through. And a lot of times we do things like that, and what we don't realize is when you do self-sabotage, it's not only hurting you, but you're draining the other person. And it's okay for you to express your feelings, and that's the best way for you to get past it. But if you don't express what you're going through or don't even realize you're going through stuff, you often create circumstances within yourself that infringes on you reaching like your total happiness and really being able to move forward and be successful in a relationship. And I've done that so many times. Me and my wife had a conversation today, and I really just broke down because I didn't realize how critical and how severe my emotions were, and how I often have put myself in situations that if my attitude and my feelings had actually been conveyed, or an attempt was made to resolve those underlying issues, I would have been successful at a lot of things. You go to these jobs and it seems like everybody around you is getting a promotion and you don't, or you're getting looked over. And in a lot of cases, you have to look in the mirror and realize what is it that I'm doing? Because I'm a well-liked person, and I go places and people really end up clinging to me, and I just didn't understand why I wasn't reaching the same plateaus other people were. And I had to check myself okay, yeah, they like you, but then you go in here and you got a bad attitude, or you're just not on the level of really getting it, if that makes sense. When you go into places, you can't go to work and just expect these people to understand you. You know what I'm saying? And you can't go into places especially work. You can't go into work just thinking and assuming that you can just make it based on your merit. The drive and the determination and the effort and the extracurricular things I could have did, I didn't do. And in a lot of situations, I self-sabotaged myself. I had all the credentials, I had all of the people in place that would like me to, excel, but because I didn't think I was worthy, because of fear, and because of things that I've been through, I didn't push. And even in relationships, I've done that to people. Like, I get in a good place, and it's almost like, you go to the club and you're having a good time. Everybody having a good time, and then all of a sudden somebody want to start a brawl in the whole place. You know what I mean? And everybody like, well, what is going on? Like, why? Everybody was having a good time. And that's what self-sabotage does in relationships. Like, literally, you pull the rug out from under people, and it's hard to regain a lot of things once you lost with people. Once your integrity is gone, it's hard to get that back. Trust, definitely hard to get that back. And just love in itself. When people give you love, I'm talking about free love. It comes with no cost. They just love you for who you are. They appreciate you and all that. And then you come into this situation with a bad attitude, or just thinking that you're not worthy of true love, or just being afraid of being vulnerable. And who should you more be vulnerable with than your loved ones? And then, it's like sometimes when you're a self-sabotager, you just don't get it. And, you wonder why nobody understands me and I'm just alone. And no, you are alone in your craziness. Because like life is just like this door. You can either close it or you can open it. And it works both ways, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do. Like, you have total control of what you want to do, how you perceive things. I was talking to my wife about another situation to where somebody had emailed me. Well, not even emailed me, but they messaged me on Messenger. And I was just telling her how perception is so crazy, because this particular person sent me a message and I gave them a thumbs up. And I'm thinking the thumbs up is a good thing. And then I was later informed that a thumbs up is kind of like shade or sarcasm or like, okay. You know what I mean? And then I used another example when I was talking to her about the run emoji. It could be either if someone sends you like a romantic message online and you put the run, you could be saying that you want to run away from this person, like, I'm not interested. And then a twisted perception of that, if they see it on the other end, they think you run into them. And that's just, perception is crazy. And you have to be careful on what you perceive and how you view yourself and what you really want in relationships and what you really expect out of people and what you bring, what you add, what kind of value do you add, especially to yourself. If you always dwell in negative thoughts, you're always looking for the what if, or this person got to be doing this, or, just negativity, that will consume you and it's poisonous. And with a self-sabotager, what we do is that every day you have to have this small dose of that poison. And you'll make it to where a good situation will be horrible. And you don't understand how you got there. And it's because of that poison. And it's so subtle. You don't even realize that you're doing it, because it's almost like a protection or a wall that you built to protect you. And then you find yourself giving yourself, and I'm talking about self-medicating yourself now, giving yourself small doses of it every day. Negative energy, negative energy, negative energy. And next thing you know, that cancerous thing that you've been feeding has not consumed you. So now you're walking around with a chip on your shoulder all the time. And then the people around you that love you, they get so drained by you. Everything you say is draining. And you might not even intend on it to be that way. But because of your persona and the things that you do and say and the negative energy that you carry, it will make people walk away and flee from you. So you have to be like totally conscious, I should say that, I might have said it wrong. But you got to be total conscious all the time about what you think, your perception. How do you convey yourself to people? How do you treat people? Especially in times of when you're upset. That's a reflection of what's inside you. Is what comes out your mouth when you get upset. How you react to conflict. And self-sabotaging is like a horrible thing to do. Like, it's the worst thing you can do. Because it's like constantly suffocating your productivity, success, and your ability to evolve in relationships. Because isn't it the goal to be loved? Isn't it the goal to be happy? And meaningful things are important. Because the time that we spend with people that we love, you can't get some of that time back. And one meaningful moment can last for eternity. Because it all starts up here in your mind. And memories at the end of the day, when people get old and things start to fade, that's the only thing that you got left. And one thing you don't want to do is be remembered as Scrooge McDuck, the sourpuss in the room, the cousin that comes to the barbecue and nothing's good enough for him. You know what I'm saying? Or my husband, I loved him, but he was hell. You know? And your kids, you don't want them to be like, my daddy was so mean, and nah, you don't want that. And I'm just like speaking on it because I have lived it for a long time. And I'm just so good right now and so happy to be free of that bondage, because it is a bondage. I'm talking about you don't understand why when you go to work, you hate being there. You can't stand it. And then you continuously go. You show up every day to the place that you hate. But because you don't have any gumption about yourself, you don't believe in yourself, you won't take the risk. And that's all the things that self-sabotaging does. Like, it stops you from reaching your full potential. And the goal on this earth is, to build lasting relationships and just like be happy. It says it's the pursuit of happiness. And nothing stops people from being happy other than their decisions that they made. Who am I going to be? What do I want? And self-sabotaging, what it does, you can know all these things and you won't even have the ability to seek it or search it, because you're operating in fear, for one, and for two, you have not let go. And then years pass by and you find yourself still in this dark place, mad at the whole world. And it's you. It's you. The door open both ways. You can either close it or open it. And it's so much easier to just walk through an open door. And you have to be willing to open up. You can't hold it in. You gotta go to the cemetery by yourself and shout. Ain't nobody there but dead people. But you have to get it out and you have to say it. You can't hold it. And you have to have the courage to move forward and let go of all inhibitions and understand that you are not perfect and you don't have to be. But what you do have to do is be happy and understand who you are and forgive yourself. Because everybody has made mistakes. But it's when you hold on to it and you continuously make the same mistake and you won't allow yourself to be in a presence of love and appreciation. And really, it gotta start with you. And you know, it sounds so simplistic, but it is. We make it hard. We get in our own way. Because we really don't believe and we really don't stand on who we say that we are. Because those people in the world that know who they are and stand on it, they operate like it. There's plenty of people out here that say they, you know, got high self-esteem and all that, and you know, but when they go home, they cry. And some of them cry alone. They have no outlet. Every day is a costume. Room full of people laughing and smiling. I've been there. The comedian. Everybody laughing. And inside I'm toe up. Toe up. Hurt. And I just had to realize that you do not have to be anybody other than you. You don't have to dance to nobody else's music. You play your own. You find your way. You believe in yourself. And it's a continuously day-to-day effort. It's not easy. It's not easy. But it's simplistic if you make it. Now I'm just giving y'all some words of, you know, inspiration, and I'm, like I say, I'm not a college professor, nothing like that, but I do deal in reality and I live in this world, and like I've experienced a lot, and I think it's a lot of people out there that experience the same thing. So all I'm just trying to do is just speak on it, because it's therapeutic for me too. And I'm the same advice I'm giving you about speaking it out your mouth and saying it and not being afraid of it and owning it. When you do that, you get empowered. And then with empowerment comes movement. And then with movement comes success. And then next thing you know, all the dreams that you had before you come into fruition. And your circle, you know, of people that love you, they really love you. And they really love you because of the person that you became, you know. And they root for you. And they want that for you. But you gotta want it for yourself. But with that, nothing but love. Like I say, man, y'all, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. I got more content. And matter of fact, let me know what you want to talk about. We can talk about anything. Anything. If you went through it, I promise you, I probably went through it too. Cause like I said, ain't nothing old but clothes. So y'all just holler at me sometime. I'm out.